This is what, 206,000 miles on the original radiator looks like. No bueno. What's up, guys? This is Nick with Nico's Automotive. Right here we got a 2016 M4. We're going to be replacing the engine on it through a rod. That was the failure. Picked up this car. It has 206,000 miles. This is going to be my project car. At the meantime, it did end up throwing a connecting rod out of the block. So full catastrophic failure on this one. We're gonna dig into it, pull the motor out, put in a used one, get it going. A little bit of background on me. I have 7 years dealership experience. I started with BMW. About 3 years in, I did move to Volkswagen and then to Audi. So I've been doing it for 7 years, went to trade school, all that good stuff. And I will be starting a shop here in the near future. So this is kind of the start of one of the big projects I got going on. So we'll get right into it and we'll see what happened to this thing. All right, right now we're gonna start off with pulling the wheels, draining the coolant, recover the AC, drain whatever oil's left in the engine. And we're gonna start taking apart the cowl in the back, all the covers and plastics, just to kind of get into the motor and start disassembling it. Here we go with the catastrophic failure right here. You can see right here, this is the oil pan, the lower part. If you look up in there, you can see that for this back cylinder right here, there's no more connecting rod. See the damage on the cylinder walls? It's pretty bad. So, before we start pulling off the radiator stuff and coolant hoses and all that good stuff, I'm gonna start by pulling the exhaust and some of the heat shields and stuff in the back. Just kind of get everything disconnected from the engine, so we could start tearing away at everything. We got the exhaust off, the heat shields that protect the drive shaft, and I did want to show you guys one cool thing about these M4s and M3s is this right here. This is the drive shaft right here that connects the back of the transmission to the differential. And if you look right here, it's kind of a weird color, right? Well, it's because this drive shaft is actually made out of carbon fiber. So this is a carbon fiber drive shaft from the factory, which is really cool because not very many manufacturers do that. And this is definitely a high performance drive shaft right here. Very strong, very unique. And we're gonna remove it. All right, we got some stuff on the bottom removed, the exhaust, heat shields, and for now we're just gonna start removing all these piping, lines, intercooler, expansion tank, and just starting to free up everything around the engine, and we'll go from there. This is what makes your hot charge air a little cooler on the way back into the engine. This car was sitting at my dad's house for maybe 2 to 3 months while the previous owner, was trying to determine whether he wanted to fix it or sell it. And then when I finally got in touch with him after that, I waited another month and a half after I gave him the offer to buy it. I waited another month and a half for him to respond. And finally, he was just kind of, he didn't really care much about the car. So he just said, you know what, I'll take your offer. Keep the car, send me the money, and I'll get you the title and all that stuff. So, I mean, and then I moved it from my dad's house. We towed it over here, and it's probably been sitting in the parking lot for maybe 3-4 weeks. So I've had the car in my possession for easily 4 months. And you know, it's kind of a bummer when you see the cars like this sit for that long. So that's why I'm excited to finally get to work on it and try to bring it back to life, give it a second life. Making a little mess, no big deal. Right now I am recovering the refrigerant out of the air conditioning system. We got a lot of this stuff on top removed. As you can see in our pile of parts, we got some coolant hoses, oil lines, intercooler, charge pipes, stuff like that. We're trying to free up the harness right here at this time. We're gonna be disconnecting all this harness right here, trying to get it out of the way. We're gonna be pulling the cooling fan, radiator, condenser, pretty much this whole piece in the front. And then we're gonna keep on disconnecting stuff, and pretty soon we'll be able to get everything freed up around the engine and start removing it. Need to make sure that nothing is still connected to this engine and transmission before we start pulling on it and break something. That's what we don't want. All right, it's official. We got the engine and transmission out of the M4. She's a beast of a powertrain. As you can see, massive. We pulled the transmission with the motor together. The engine is seized, so getting the transmission off isn't possible since the torque converter nuts aren't accessible due to the locked motor. So we were able to pull it out from the top. We ran into a couple of small snags, but after doing some reevaluation and some minor adjustments, we were able to get the whole thing out, as you can see. So that'll be it for today. The next thing will be transferring these parts onto the used motor, the known good motor, and then putting it all back together, getting it running. But that's it for today. Successful day. Battery's dead. All right, what's up guys? We're back. We're working on the M4. Last time you seen, we were removing the engine. And today we're gonna be installing the lightly used engine, which is what you see here. Off camera, I did separate the transmission from the old engine, transferred all the components from the bad engine to this lightly used one. So we're about at the time where we're gonna use the powertrain table this time around to install it. I'm gonna be putting the drivetrain on the subframe on the table, and we're gonna be using the powertrain table to lift everything into place from the bottom. So today we're gonna get that done, and hopefully everything goes well. We can get everything buttoned up, ready to roll. All right, subframe, powertrain, transmission, engine, all that good stuff's bolted in now. I'm gonna go ahead and lower the table and then pretty much just start reconnecting everything. Suspension components got disconnected, wiring, coolant hoses, just everything, cooling system. And we're gonna just button it all up and hopefully get it running. All right. Table's down. The new lightly used engine back in the M4. This is probably the best way of doing it. When we removed the engine, we didn't use the table. I wanted to keep the car able to be pushed around on the wheels, so I wanted to keep the subframe in the car, which is why we did it the sketchy way, I should say, the first time around. But this was a lot easier. This is the correct way of doing it, so this went very smooth, how it should have gone. Ain't she pretty? So to have a better idea of the order of everything that needs to go back in that we removed, I'm gonna kind of lay out everything so I can visually see, so I don't miss anything, and just strategically start installing parts back into the car. So I'm gonna do that right now. $200,000 miles, original radiator. You can see how clogged it is with dirt, and grass, bugs, all that good stuff. It builds up over time. Here it is. This is everything that needs to be reinstalled. This is not including the exhaust, which I have over there in that corner. And then obviously all the hardware. I have it in an organizer tray, but all this stuff needs to be reinstalled before we can have that first startup today. So it's just gonna be a matter of time. Get everything back on, get everything connected. Still doesn't look great, but better than what it was. All right, so we got everything installed, everything buttoned up. We filled up the cooling system, so right now we're gonna do the first startup. We added oil, We're gonna make sure that nothing's leaking, everything's connected, everything's good to go. This is the moment of truth. We're gonna find out if all this work is for a good reason. I'd be lying to you if I say I wasn't worried. Oh, fingers crossed. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Oh yeah. Fuck yeah. There it is. Back to life. All right, so we got the M4 started, as you can see. I'm gonna finish buttoning up everything else. So exhaust, the braces, all the plastic covers, all that stuff. And then I'm gonna get it on the road, and next time you see it, it'll be driving down the road. We'll give you a little update on how it's going, how it's running. But that's it for the engine replacement part of it. And I would have to say, job well done, job successful. She's back up and running. I mean, what more can you ask for? Lower mile used engine in this 2016 M4, and should have plenty of life left in it now. Give it a second life. Hey, what's up guys, it's Nick with Nico's Automotive. We're back with the M4. As you can see, it's all done, got it running, worked out a few bugs after getting it running. Had a check engine light that we were able to fix with replacing a vent valve. It was a small air leak. Been driving it on and off for a few weeks and had no issues, runs good, lots of power, lots of fun to drive. And it's been overall fun experience to take this car with a bad engine, not running, put a new engine in it, get it up and going, and drive it around, and now it's back to life. So it's a lot of fun to be a part of. Ran into a few hiccups on the road, but we were able to get over it, get it going, and here we are, back to life.